Jonesy, why don't you take the reins and shoot us your random thought of the evening?
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
All right. Welcome, everybody. My random thought is I've got a three-pronged random thought. Something that got me really upset the other day. I was sitting around. I was watching one of our all-time favorites, Uncle Buck.
It's classic.
You ever seen this movie before? I'm sure a lot of you have. I've got three enormous contentions to this movie. Okay, the first one.
So your random thought is Uncle Buck.
It's Uncle Buck, but there are three enormous things I've got to bring up about this movie that really freaked me out. Okay, number one, well, not freaked me out, just very inaccurate. Okay, the first part of it was the fact that the beginning of the movie suggests that Uncle Buck is kind of a guy that kind of brushes against.
Dropped? I don't know how that was. Continue. Okay, keep going. Sorry, it said we dropped, but we didn't drop.
Okay. Well, either way. When you first watch Uncle Buck, it kind of suggests that, he kind of brushes up against the mob a little bit. If you need to get someone rubbed out, he's the guy to talk to. He might be able to set you up with somebody, you know what I mean? Then he gets the call to go out to suburbia and be like Uncle Buck and be like the guy to watch the kids, right?
Right.
I thought it was really strange. I know this is a weird observation, but the whole movie he's walking around with these sweaters on, these enormous, extra, extra, extra large sweaters the whole time.
Yeah.
Did the guy stop off at Macy's on the way to the suburbs to get a bunch of fucking sweaters?
Hit up J.C. Penney?
Yeah, because either that or he would have had to go into his brother's closet and stretched every fucking one of them out, right?
Because he was not a tiny man, Mr. John Candy, at that time.
Maybe he stopped off at Marshall's on the ride down, But
so your number one problem is his attire?
Well, it's just ridiculous for the notion that, did he miraculously have 10 sweaters? They're like, oh, hey, I'm going to the suburbs. I might as well pack these.
Well, it was the 80s, man. Like the Christmas sweater look that everyone thinks is funny nowadays, that was like a Wednesday in February.
That's true.
In the 80s. That was a big, big fashion hit back then.
Very true. Then you have the number two thing was the giant pancake. Remember that giant pancake you made?
Yes, that was fantastic.
How come we should all be ashamed of ourselves for dropping the ball on that? Because imagine this. Imagine you're a drunken asshole college kid, and between five of your friends, you've got $10 to put together.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to go to a pancake parlor and have some asshole with a big mustache bring you out a giant pancake with blueberries in it or chocolate chips? Yeah. And you slice up like a pizza and everyone gets a slice, you can cover it. Maybe even order two.
So you're saying instead of a drunk pizza run after your night of debauchery and just puking in the corner at some dive bar in your neighborhood.
Yeah, or instead of everyone having to drop $11.17 on an omelet and a glass of orange juice, why don't you all just put together your money and get a giant pancake pie?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I really,
dude. I think you're onto something.
I think we all dropped the ball on that one. Okay, but we have time constraints. Okay, now the number three thing, and this is something that. It was brought to light in the 80s, and I remember my father talking about this. I remember because my dad used to be an axe murderer from upstate New York, all right? Then he met my Italian princess mother and moved down to Long Island, where he became domesticated, and it was like a big source of shame for him to come out of the mountains and go into a cookie-cutter house and do the whole thing. And this was also brought to light, and Uncle Buck, you're going to the suburbs. You're getting weak, bro. You're getting weak, bro. Where the fuck did that come from?
Why is that weak?
Why is that weak to get out of a slum where you can get a nice kitchen and some central air conditioning and a decent bathroom to squat in?
Freaking Tony Soprano was in the suburbs.
Well, the thing is, apparently you were a pussy if you moved to the suburbs before 1985.
Really?
Apparently there's like a like you sold out. Like you're freaking weak, bro. You're weakening up. It's like, what? Listen, bitch. I'm gonna get some equity. I'm going to get myself a nice driveway.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a nice garage and fucking get a whole thing full of Craftsman tools in there.
Yeah, that's not selling out.
That's not selling out.
That's moving on up.
What do you want to live on the fourth floor? You want to live on the fourth floor of a shitty building and fucking flick boogers out the window? It's disgusting.
Your car alarm's going off at all hours of the night.
Seriously.
So
that's my rant.
That's your rant. That's your random thought. Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck was inaccurate in Jonesy's argument. You just didn't like it. You didn't like those points.
It just brought to light three shining splots.
So you're calling bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit on it.
Three different instances or events.
Except the pancake, because that's not bullshit. my goodness. Get a big fluffy fucking pancake.
Dude, the things I would do, remember we were talking about guys having sex with the food, and we were like, why would you have sex with the pizza?
Oh.
I would have sex with a giant table-sized pancake.
I wouldn't mind dropping my bag on a big fluffy pancake.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
with some
about.
butter, yeah.
Pulling it out, having some hot chocolate dripping off it. All right. So that's Jonesy's random thought. My random thought of the evening is not as random as you would think. It's all over the news. Everybody's talking about it. My Facebook news feed will not fucking stop with it. So it's Michael Vick being traded, or not traded, but signed by the Jets in the free agency market.
For $5 million.
Now,
$5 million.
I'm a Jets fan, so my outlook on it is that it's a good thing because anything that makes our team better at this point, getting rid of Sanchez and bringing in an all-pro quarterback that's 33, got a little gas left in the tank. I think he's the greatest rushing quarterback in the history. Doesn't he have the most rushing yards in the NFL ever?
I'm pretty sure it's close.
Yeah, he's up
I think
there.
it has to be close, yeah.
And he's got a cannon for an arm. He's still got a few years under his belt. So to me, I think it's an upgrade. But here we go with all the fucking woe is me people in the world that think that.
Joe, what news feed are you looking at? Because I feel like everyone loves the idea.
No, a lot of
yours?
women. It's a lot of women.
A lot of women don't like it.
A lot of women are like, he hurt the doggies, which I know was fucked up. I don't agree with his actions. Let's not say I agree with his actions. I'm not letting him dog sit Thor anytime soon.
No,
I'm not letting him dog sit my dog anytime soon. But my argument is, he served his time. He paid his debt to society.
Yeah.
For example, everyone's like, he shouldn't be allowed to play football. So this is my random thought. If a mechanic, guy is a great car mechanic, he does some really stupid shit. For example, let's say he has cockfighting in the back of his fucking auto body store, right?
Yeah.
And they're fucking killing chickens left and right. No, fucking just stomping them out because it's Wednesday,
There's like 4 or 5 Jews back there.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 Jews back there. Hola, amigos, to the Jews. Yeah, there's some chat room action, so people should get involved in the chat room when we're talking about this stuff. I got distracted. I got called out over there.
You did.
What was I talking about? All right, Michael Vick. So a mechanic, does some really stupid. Great mechanic.
Yeah.
He goes to jail for 3 years, serves his time,
yeah.
pays his dues, his debts to society. Now, when he comes out, should he not be allowed to get a job as a mechanic again?
No, absolutely. He should be able to get his job back.
Because that's what his trade is.
My criticism is strictly from a football perspective. I think he's a bum.
The mechanic or Michael Vick?
Michael Vick. I think he's a bum because every year he gets hot and then he gets hurt. Gets hot, gets hurt, runs around.
Right.
I don't feel like he can really contribute anything.
Is he an upgrade from Sanchez?
Yep.
So there's a win right there. Even if he's a backup, he's a better backup.
Yep, he's an upgrade.
He might be better than Geno for a year. That doesn't hurt us.
I'm going to add some credence to your argument, too, about the mechanic. It's a really strange line that we all, like, you brought up the fact before that, like, the animals we do consume. Like, veal gets raised in a small cage.
No one's crying about that.
Where's PETA for that? Or what happens, like, you guys ever been deer hunting before?
We got a call coming in.
Fire up.
Let's see what they got to say. Hey, it's Broken Filter Live. You're on with Joe Rockstar and Jonesy. What can we do for you today?
Well, it's Jordan, and I'd like to chime in about the Michael Vick.
Jordan K.
Listen, Jordan, what do you say, brother?
Shoot from the hip, man. Show us something.
Well, okay. I agree with you, Joe, about him paying his debt to society. He did all this stuff.
Can I also mention real quick, Jordan, that he donates a shitload of money. He currently donates a lot of money.
He's a very charitable person, so you can't knock him for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just believe that people are just going to constantly berate this guy, and even women that are big dog advocates, and they're basically just going to be spreading around. Like, I'm afraid to make posts during the football season, like saying, "Oh, go Vick," because I'm going to lose like 4 more Facebook friends.
See, I don't like to live in a world where I can't. See, we are a show Broken Filter because fuck that. If you don't like what I have to say, then fuck off anyway.
No, why don't you go dip your sack in a giant pancake?
Yeah.
You look at my Facebook wall, and I basically just say "fuck you" to everything.
Yeah, do you have friends left besides me and Jonesy and my wife?
Oh yeah, I got. I mean, I don't want to say the number because it'll probably go down after the show.
Well, you just said you agree that Michael Vick shouldn't get his balls busted as much as he does, and you just lost 5 friends right there.
I think that he should. I mean, he's going to probably pay like morally for the rest of his life. It's going to be on his soul and his conscience, but. the fact is that he still has a job to do. He still has.
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, and Jordan,
Yeah.
what's your personal opinion? What do you think? What do you think his third down conversion rate is going to be? That's my perspective.
That's what Jonesy's worried about.
Let's just hope that the Jets don't have too many third downs. At least we can just keep driving the ball down the field for the first time in years.
Touche, friend. Touche.
I agree with that comment.
Way to go, Jordan. Yeah.
We don't usually.
I'm just so tired of seeing Sanchez doing a butt fumble, and I'm so glad that freaking Mexican is going back to California where he belongs.
Oh.
Well, actually, I think he's going to Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's going to the Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like an even trade, We give him the lawnmower boy, we get the dog fighter. So,
all right, Jordan. Thanks for chiming in, buddy. We're gonna move on from the Michael Vick conversation in about a minute. But
man, enjoy the rest of the show and take it easy, guys.
All right, buddy. Have a good one,
brother. Be good.
All right, peace, man.
So just to finish up, Jonesy, what you were saying is that the chickens and the cows and the pigs and all the stuff that we consume are treated in ridiculous fashion. I mean, they're horribly treated, but because we're eating them, everyone's looking the other way.
Yes, without a doubt.
And that's bullshit.
And just kind of if you guys have ever been deer hunting before, when you take down a deer, I mean, you take a buck knife and you start fucking slicing that thing Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. And if someone did that to a Cocker Spaniel on the middle of Maple Drive, you'd have 5 cops there with freaking nightsticks.
Nightsticks, tasers, shotguns, the whole 9 yards. Now, my other argument is, and I'm going to repeat myself, I don't agree with anything that Michael Vick did. I do not think I have a dog. I love dogs. I think he did some fucked up shit, and I think he should have gotten in a lot of trouble for it. He did. Now, do I think he shouldn't be allowed to do what he is capable of doing as a profession? No, I mean, there's fucking assholes. Ray Lewis got acquitted of murder, but from what I read, he looked pretty guilty. And he's got a fucking statue in Baltimore. And kids coming up and fucking hugging him and signing autographs. I mean, Lawrence Taylor was fucking 14-year-old girls and sniffing cocaine before he got on the field. He's in the fucking Hall of Fame. So
can't stand that guy.
And then you got to go down the Asian road. They in Asian countries they slaughter dogs for meals.
Yeah,
dogs are to them as pigs are to us. So people throwing a whole fit about that. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
But they're not holding up. They're still ordering their chicken and broccoli on Friday night. I'll tell you that. Run tell that shit. Not going to stop them from getting their General Tso's chicken. Or is it chicken?
I think it tastes better when it's not.
All right. That's Random Thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got for you on that today.